Good. I want to compliment Deputy Dr. O'Brien for bringing forward this motion here tonight. It's a very complex issue, and I worked on the Housing Committee with him. I know how dedicated he is to it. And Deputy Collins is on the Deputy, I don't know who's on the Homeless Committee now, but we're talking about it in reports and reports and reports. And you see, quick as we're trying to deal with the housing crisis, as Minister or as Mr. Deputy O'Donoghue said, you know, the cost, the taxation, what the government take out of the whole building a house is just ginormous. And we have to let that down. It has to be profitable for a builder to build a house. No point blaming the builders and demonising them. It has to be. And the county councils must get back to building more houses. They've lost the wherewithal to build the houses. God, they built them in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I remember seeing 30 and 40 men getting into the back of Halley's truck in Ardfinnan. You'd be arrested today if it happened, going travelling to Kilkenny to build houses. But they built them. They're your city, Minister. So look, I want to pay tribute to the staff in my office, and I'm sure all the offices, we do our best with the people. And there's cases that come across doors, and Cathy in my office who's leaving shortly to give birth to a child, please God, and going on maternity leave, but the work she does and trying to deal with people, and it's very difficult. And the same with the housing staff in the council, it's very difficult for them. And as we're approaching now look, I want to thank them as well for their efforts. It's very fraught and it's very, very difficult. But we need a kind of and Father Peter McVeary here, and indeed Brother Kevin and all those, and the work that they do, and all those people involved, and the people go out to try to look after the homeless. But we're all disjointed and kind of pulling against each other. Natalie Colonel Kayla is my favourite slogan and attitude, so a lot more could be done. Bureaucracy has to be taken out of the situation, and to try to get planning to build a rural house. I have at least 10 couples who can build a house for themselves, who can get the mortgage. Thankfully they have a job, and they could get the mortgage up to COVID anyway, but the banks aren't playing their part, and they can't get planning. And this herd mentality of herding them all into the towns, that's not working. The villages don't have the infrastructure, so we must look at it multifaceted and try and allow the people who can build their own houses to build them. Now deal with the people who are going to be toughed out in the road, shopkeepers, publicans and all that have been hit hard with COVID, and we support them as best we can. But look, it's going to be difficult and challenging, but we need to have a more focus and less red tape. The red tape will stretch from here down to Downey Beg and across to Kilkenny and Wexford and back into the city again, and wrap us all up in it, and we have a smother with it. So we'll have to cut that, whether it's a hacksaw, a chainsaw or whatever we want to get to cut it, and take that frustration out of the business and get back to building houses.
Thank you, Deputy.